Hi there. It's Michael Andre Ford, your American Angel Intuitive in San Antonio, Texas. I've got some lit sage here. It's Juniper Ridge, the California company. You can get this at Whole Foods. If you want, go ahead and catch the smell of sage wherever you are. Here's a red-tailed hawk feather, and I'm just blowing you some sage. If you want to open your mouth a little, 1 millimeter, just breathe through your mouth. Some people find that difficult. That just means they've got some structure in the way that they are used to letting go. You could wiggle your toes, stretch your shoulders, do anything you want to just let go that extra 5%. Smell a little bit of sage wherever you are. I've done this for podcast hosts in Brisbane, Australia. I did it for a Melbourne podcast host. I did it for a New Zealand healer, singer type, indigenous, awesome. She wrote it up in a Swedish magazine, Brains magazine, more about angels, but she mentioned the sage and smelling it there. I've done it for other shows this year. Out of 20-something shows, I've probably done this on about 5 shows. So leave your eyes on the sage smoke. Don't close your eyes, if you don't mind me telling you that. Give yourself permission to let go. Catch a little bit of sage right now. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Allow, allow, allow. If there's no time and space, there's no limits. Ask angels, the universe, unconditional love to bring this to you. And some people taste it on their mouth. They taste it on their mouth first. Other people get it a second I'm starting to light the sage, they start to smell it. Now, we're all sort of linear when we're up here doing thinking. So if you're getting it, go ahead and ask for the sage to clear you out top to bottom, left to right, maybe your home, your apartment, your dwelling, your property. Send some love as well to the cousin down the street, your friend, your partner, whoever it is. Share some of this unconditional love energy, high vibe. Allow for what you can allow for. And I'm going to light it one more time. This is something, again, my only rule or structure for any of this is giving yourself permission to let go. So I've got one specific request, if it's okay to suggest this. Ask angels to get you out of your head, into your heart, and to let go. And own it with like an amen, rock and roll, thank you, whichever way you roll. It's got to be your way of asking. But go ahead and ask to get out of your head, into your heart, and just catch the sage. If you want to take 2 hands and scoop it over you, sort of a Native American traditional style, do it. And then allow this energy, the clearing energy, the cleansing energy of the smoke, the sage smoke, very traditional, to go where it will to help you out today. So this is just an opening exercise here. I'm going to talk a little bit about unconditional love. It's a constant. It's being happy. It's joy. It's enthusiasm. It's all the different energies that are off the charts and fun that you've experienced throughout your life. But obviously you haven't been enthusiastic, doing cartwheels and full of love the entire time for the last 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 54 years. It's hard to be love because we've got all this stuff that goes on from the neck up. It's called thinking, conditionality, reason, judging, what you know in quotes. Because most of what we know, if you wait a week, wait a year, look back 5 years ago, what we knew back then 5 years ago isn't the same now. Everything's constantly changing. There's very little to know. If you're going to know one thing, know that love is a total constant. When we call it unconditional love, the universe, compassion, kindness, shininess here, unlimited connection to all with a capital A. You're here, or when you're here, you're happy, connected to everything. You're one with all. One with the soccer ball. Athletes know it when they're on the field. Artists know it when they're painting their pictures. Singers know it when they're singing. Doesn't have to be to an audience. You can sing. Start singing right now and just feel your vibration pick up. It's a constant, and that should right there be like turning on a light bulb in a room that was dark before. It's a constant. It's constantly within you. It's around you. It doesn't matter whether you view this as a multidimensional, transdimensional thing. It doesn't matter whether you view this as a cosmic thing. It doesn't matter if you view this in a philosophical, religious, other setting, near-death experience setting. It's such a constant that, and here's the big point of this entire piece today, if you can recognize what thinking is, which is mostly negativity, but this much. Not all of it's like massive negativity, but it's in consciousness. There's very little thinking that's creative, fun and everything else are constructive. And when it is, you're not up here, your thinking's actually merged with all of you, and it's actually just more love. There's a trillion layers or vibrations or harp strings on one big harp that's called positivity. It's the up the curve in life, your vibrational level. It's when you kick those 3 soccer goals, when you painted something, when you hugged your dog, when you had an amazing family moment, when you celebrated, maybe your team just scored a touchdown, you went for a walk and bonded with nature, you saw a cardinal. All those little moments, and it's also all the little moments you give yourself 0 credit for. Falling asleep at night in a perfect letting go moment. Brushing your teeth in a beautiful way where you're not viewing it as a task. You do more of those kind of connecting to the universe moments than you'll ever appreciate. But you don't have to wait to the last breath to have the epiphany of how simple it all is. You don't have to have a near-death experience. You don't have to go to India and hang out at the ashram. You don't have to chant for 2 years straight to find your heart again. This is, again, such a constant. The flow of life, this high vibration is in you and within you and around you, and here's the big reveal. All of us are doing way too much knowing, stressing, fearing, thinking. There's 1,000 other harp strings on not a bad harp, but that's unconsciousness itself. Think of it as a blanket around the earth, a layer around the earth. There's unconsciousness, there's consciousness. You can tap into, and you do, either anytime you choose. Each moment is that opportunity, and most of the time, and unfortunately we're not getting rid of thinking anytime soon. We're not getting rid of unconsciousness, judging, knowing what we know, slamming other people, slamming ourselves. Humans, we like to dish it out. We react all the time. We're fearful, we judge, we're worried. If you just pump the brakes on that a little bit, 5 to 7%, 10% less of that a week or in a day, watch what happens. Anything that you think you have on your wish list, to-do list, you want to travel more, new career, bring a loved one in, that special love in your life. It has nothing to do with the externals. It has everything to do with the dynamics here, the dynamics here. There's a gajillion self-help books, philosophical books, psychology books, and many other movements, meditation, consciousness, tons of groups by the thousands that are all pointing in the same direction. So what I help people do is get out of what they know long enough to be in their heart, to have a direct experience with the universe. So whether it's light beings, 100 plus angels, meeting your passed over family members, Plato, Jesus, Muhammad, Krishna, Ganesh, Einstein, Mother Teresa, Chogyam Trungpa, Thich Nhat Hanh. You get to actually chat with them. And what I love about this is there's no way I can compete with all that. You're going to get great answers from them. They just know your situation. You have no privacy. You're not getting judged. You just get helpful advice. Think of it as start, stop, keep. I think that's more of a company thing in reviews and so on, when a boss sits down with a worker to try to help their development. But think of your habits as, what habits could you pick up and start doing? What habits could you keep doing? So those are compliments. And what is a total waste of energy? What should you stop doing? Angels can see sort of your playbook, how you're running your affairs, and they're able to get in there and give you great advice. I just did a great end of July 3-day event at Omega Institute where, Friday night was kind of a crash course. People got to meet one angel, then I think it was two more angels, and then Saturday was the big day. Sunday was a lot of fun, but over the course of those 3 days, everyone got 300 plus personal answers. I didn't see the questions, I didn't see the answers. You literally do your own listening, and it's all languages, all dialects. I don't speak Hindi or Telugu, I don't speak Japanese, I speak some French. But I don't see the questions or answers. You do your own listening, but this isn't automated writing and all that stuff. This is actual listening to angels. Einstein, Mary, who else? Gandhi, Meher Baba, you name it. It's a lot of figures. Go to my website and check out that long list. You can meet Seth from the 1970s, the original New Age, figure, that light being. You can meet other light beings. But you get everything direct, but you start to ask for hugs. Why not? One hug, to me, is worth 100 questions. And those hugs are just vibrations, waves of love, compassion, kindness. You find yourself letting go. So people cry, people yawn a lot. Some people move a lot and giggle. Those are the really fun ones. Oh my God, they're just ready for it. There's a lot of folks that make this look so simple that it's such a relief. They basically get whatever the experience is, and they just say, what's next? Got it, what's next? I love those folks. There's others who have difficulty. That's my job, is to try to help them out of here, to get to here, to receive all, again, with a capital A. But then they're seeing, and I do graduated steps. All of these are like little baby steps to just help you let go. You're already a complete Olympian at letting go. I just don't think most of us give ourselves credit for that. And if we did, we would find that our path in life is a lot smoother, that the things we want to get done, the things maybe we should let go of, all of it becomes a little more clear. You can get down and roll up your sleeves and start spending a little more time living life. A lot of us get stuck in routine, tasks, and a ton of what we know. Byron Katie, that Super Soul Sunday author and everything else, is fantastic for taking a huge crowbar to your thinking and helping you realize that most of what you think you know isn't exactly absolute. I mean, we love to hang on to our knowledge and the way things are. That person's a jerk, I'm a jerk, I'm lacking this. And by doing that, we kind of put ourselves in a prison. Plato described it as Plato's cave. You're stuck in a prison cell. I'm telling you, the door's open. You hang on the bars of the window and you look out and you say, woe is me. I'm lacking something. My life situation isn't great. If you would just turn around, which is getting out of here to here, and take a breath, or smile, or breathe more, or a slight giggle, a laugh, fake it till you make it, fake the smile till you can actually do the smile. That door is open. Walk out of your own cell and get outside, get some sunshine, and so on. Plato, you can meet him, no hugs for him, fist pump, tap on the shoulder. But when you do the seeing, I eventually get you to the full-on seeing. And this all short circuits the brain a little bit. So it's a lot. But if you can see a couple angels out there, you can have one of your relatives or a passed over loved one or your dog, passed over pet, come into the picture and chat with them and stuff like that. Dogs are like third graders. You can also talk to your living dog. If you've seen any dogs around some of my videos, you see the tail. You heard a dog. Perfect timing. I'm going to cut this off now and sign off. Thank you very much. Michael Andre Ford in San Antonio.